Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that the show is taking the audience into a series of tense episodes when Carter commits a shocking murder in town. Recently, the exciting developments in the story show that Brooke will have to face difficult choices when she is forced to face decisions that she thinks are best, even though they may lead to unforeseen consequences. This story not only causes fluctuations in the relationships between the characters, but also opens up a new dramatic direction for the show. The first information that The Bold and the Beautiful reveals is that Carter is about to become the center of a murder. This is not just a simple event, but will completely change the situation of the story when the town is disturbed by this unexpected action. Carter, who is known to be a steadfast and certain person in his work, is now pushed into a terrible situation that no one could have expected. Things start when Carter and his group are trying to carry out a major coup in Forrester. Something happens that Carter can't stop, leading him to decide to make a bold move that can't be reversed. This murder promises to upset not only Carter's personal relationships, but also the entire town, making everything messy and unpredictable. Brooke betrays Hope and Carter by confessing to Ridge about their plan. This situation becomes even more tense when Brooke, who has always been a protective mother, decides to tell Ridge everything about Carter and Hope's plot. This action not only puts her in a dangerous situation, but also puts the relationship between the characters in the Forrester family at a standstill. Brooke has always been a person of great influence in the family and the company, but this incident puts her in a difficult situation. She knows that revealing the truth will complicate things, but because of her love for her daughter, she cannot keep quiet. However, informing Ridge about Hope and Carter's plan creates a huge conflict, when Ridge, who is protective of his family, cannot accept that his daughter is being deceived. While Brooke tries to tell Ridge everything, Hope tries to stop Carter from carrying out his plan. Although Carter has almost achieved his goal, Hope cannot ignore the fact that things are going too far. She feels it is her responsibility to stop Carter before his crazy actions cause irreparable consequences. With her strong and determined nature, Hope knows that this is her only chance to save everything before it is too late. However, while Hope is trying to stop Carter, things become more complicated when Brooke starts to participate in this plan. As Hope leaves to help her mother get water, Brooke takes this opportunity to rummage through important papers in search of information that can help her deal with Carter and his coup plan. This action shows Brooke's determination, as she wants to find a way to protect her family and stop what is happening, but she is unaware that she is in danger when Carter returns. While Brooke is searching for something, she does not realize that Carter has returned home and begins to witness everything. Carter's appearance at this time only adds to the tension. At this point, a tense conversation between Carter and Brooke is about to take place when Carter asks her what she is doing. Instead of trying to hide the truth, Brooke frankly advises Carter to give up the Forrester coup, which may make Carter realize that Brooke no longer supports him. However, Carter's reaction is completely unexpected. Not only did he reject Brooke's advice, but he also decided to act aggressively. The strong slap across Brooke's face was a shock to her, and it further clarified that Carter was no longer the person she once knew. Carter was in a state of emotional turmoil, and this action further demonstrated that he was willing to do anything to achieve his goals, regardless of having to confront those he once considered friends. This slap was not only a sign of anger, but also the breaking of the relationship between the two. For Brooke, this was a great shock, as she realized that Carter was no longer someone she could trust. After Carter's strong slap, Brooke, who was known to be strong and resilient, immediately reacted. In a fit of rage, she rushed to retaliate, but she was no match for Carter's strength. Carter, with his superior physique and outburst of anger, quickly used his strength to push Brooke away. Both of them fell down, and Brooke was unable to hold herself up. This only added to the tension of the situation. Carter, who was now unable to control his emotions, continued to act with brutality. His actions went beyond a normal fight, as he continued to attack Brooke with a violent act. When Brooke was pushed away, she was unable to react in time and was even more unable to resist Carter's strength. But things did not stop there. Carter's madness became worse and worse as he approached Brooke, who was trying to lie still after the painful fall. With uncontrollable rage, Carter reached out and strangled Brooke. The action was a deadly blow, and Brooke quickly felt suffocated. The air around her seemed to condense. Everything became hazy, as her neck was squeezed so tightly that she could not breathe. Brooke, who had once been the epitome of strength and courage, could only despair in Carter's brutal attack. She had no strength left to resist, and finally, after a short while, Brooke completely lost consciousness. What was more terrifying was that at this moment, her death seemed inevitable. Meanwhile, Hope was returning from getting water for her mother. When she entered the room, the sight before her made her unable to believe her eyes. Carter, who she had once considered a friend, was standing over her mother with his hands tightly around Brooke's neck. Brooke's face had turned purple. She was unable to breathe, and it was clear that she was in critical condition. Knowing that she only had one chance, Hope rushed to pull Carter away and tried to save her mother. But by the time Hope arrived, it was too late. Brooke was unresponsive, and the blood had stopped flowing to her face. Hope, in a panic, hugged her mother and cried out, realizing that her mother could not survive. Brooke, a strong-willed woman who always protected her family, could not escape her cruel fate. Her death was not only a great loss for Hope, but also a great shock to the entire Forrester family. This death would cause an unimaginable chain of events, as people began to question what really happened. At this point, Hope would be faced with an extremely difficult decision. Should she report Carter's brutal actions to the police and accuse him of killing her mother, or would she keep this secret? Doing so could help avoid greater trouble for the family, but it also meant having to live with a lifelong obsession.